Hey guys, welcome back to the world of Fallout 76. Look at this. I can see everything from up here. This area is amazing. Right here by the monorail. This is my new base location. You can see so much stuff from here. And this is my new base. It's kind of weird looking, but it works very, very well. The only problem with this area is that you spawn inside the mountain when you fast travel to your base. Okay, today's video is going to be all about these different locations that I've found to do a lot of legendary weapon farming and tons and tons of experience. I mean, like a ridiculous amount of experience. Now, obviously, I'm gonna show you some of the ones that we've already covered, so that they're all in a video all together. But I wanted to go over a new location that I found. I'm sure you guys maybe have heard of it. If not, I hope this area is really useful to you. And before we do that, though, we've got a swan dive off this. Can I make it all the way down? Here we go, guys. You ready for this? Yes! I love that. I love that you can do that. I should also say, if you guys are interested in Fallout content and you haven't subscribed already, definitely make sure to do that. I plan on bringing a lot of different stuff, and I'll try to do my best to cover new and relevant information, any new things that I find in game that I think would be worthwhile for you to know about. I will hopefully make videos of that in a very timely manner. Hope you guys are having a great day. Let's go ahead and get into the action. Alright, so the first place that I'm going to talk about is the Wendigo Cave. Now, the point of this video is to show you my favorite locations to go, but also locations that I think are very valuable to go to for experience and for legendary weapons. Now, I'm showing this one first because I wouldn't say... Now, I think the most efficient place to go is either the golf course or Uranium Fever, but I'm also going to show you another one at the end of the video that is one of my new favorite ones, simply because it's like an insane amount of experience and you get legendary stuff too. And but the Wendigo Cave you can easily farm. But the thing with the Wendigo Cave that I would say is this: the kings that are in here are far more tough than the Wendigo, in my opinion. They take forever to kill. I hate them with a passion. I really do. And I cannot wait for the day that I have a new weapon that's easily able to kill them, because they are like the number one thing in this game that I hate more than anything, just because they're so tough. So anyway, the Wendigo that's in here is a legendary, and you can get legendary items. Now, it's even more important now to find good places to farm for legendary items, because they nerfed them, and so like the chances of like getting them or whatever is not as good as it was before. And so it's important now to have very good locations that you can easily farm. And so that's why I think the most efficient place is obviously the golf course. Everybody uses that. It truly if the most efficient location to find legendary stuff, because you can cycle through servers pretty quick, and if new people come, you get a new thing spawn. And then also, not only that, but if anybody ever nukes that place, I mean, that's the best possible scenario that you can have, because they're everywhere and your chances exponentially go up. And so with the Wendigo Cave, the most important thing to know about the Wendigo Cave is it's a maze, but the easiest way to find your way through this cave is to stick to the right. Basically, go to the right or stick to the narrowest corridors, okay? Because that's going to give you like the shortest path to the Wendigo like pool, I believe it is. But it's just the easiest to do. But the biggest thing, like I said, right when you get to this area to keep in mind is that you got some Mirelurks in here, and you have some kings, and those are very, very tough to deal with. And I think there's maybe 2 of them, maybe 3. I think there's 2 of them, maybe 3. But anyway, be very, very weary of battling these things, because unless you have something that's really good, these things are a nightmare to deal with, because they deal a lot of damage, and they don't go down easily. And so you're going to really need to have your stim packs on hand. Go farm Watoga if you need to, or whatever. By Watoga, I mean the Municipal Building, the mayor's office. There's that safe in there, and you can easily just hop servers and get 8 stim packs every single time. Now, when you come into here, it should come down the waterfall, but sometimes it comes in different areas. And basically, you just gotta kind of move around, make some noise, and he'll come eventually. But for whatever reason, he's not coming. It's probably because I'm sneaking, but he should still come no matter what, because I think it detects you. I don't know. No one was here, so I'm not too sure what's going on. Just shoot at the base here. Let's see if I can get it to spawn. So usually, oh, there it is. Usually it drops down, so you can just go ahead and kill this. Like I said, it doesn't seem to be nearly as tough to deal with as the Mirror Kings. Maybe that's just me, but when you get some good crit strikes, look at that. GG, Wendy. So what did we get? Cryogenic grenade, a couple other things, loose screws, 8 balls, and so you can just farm it over and over again, doing the same thing by server hopping. Alright, so next up we got the golf course at White Springs, for obvious reasons. This is the #1 place I think that people grind in this game and go to level, because it's so easy to manage this location, and there are tons of ghouls and tons of things that come, and basically there's a legendary in the basement, Wendigo, usually, sometimes a glowing slimer blob thing, but most times it's a Wendigo, and you can either go to this ledge over here or the one closer to the building, but I found that this one is the best one for kind of managing where they go. And the other one's just kind of random, although I do think they stick a little bit longer over there across the way by that door. But yeah, so you just trigger them to come out, and then the more noise you make, the more will come, and then essentially there will be, like I said, a Wendigo usually, or sometimes one of those glowing blobs. Pray for a Wendigo because they're way better than the blob things are, the Slimers. And I will also say this. When you're done here, you can also go browse the grounds. There's like a little gazebo area, and sometimes there's a disease grafted monster out there, and then also sometimes there is a death claw that appears. So here's the Wendigo that came this time, and they can't reach you up here unless they kind of go over to the right, or they can climb on each other sometimes. But then just pump round after round into the thing, and you should be able to take it out pretty easily. And then if it does come out like this one did, don't necessarily try to loot it right away. Make sure the coast is clear, because things are all over the place, and they will come running out. And the Wendigos usually drop a ton of stuff, and so they are extremely good to loot. And you could just cycle this over and over and over again, just server hop. And the other crazy thing is, get well rested, have some stew, get some XP bonuses, and then come here. You will fly through levels like you never have in this game. But I'm sure at this point everybody has done this method, and so I don't need to belabor the point anymore. Let's go ahead and let's move on to the next place. Next up, let's talk about Uranium Fever. I'm sure most people have seen this by now. It's an event that will randomly pop up in I think it's a Blackwater mine, and I think that's what it's called. And this is one of the best events that you can do, in my opinion. You get guaranteed 3 legendaries here. Now the only problem is that it's an event. It's totally random. The easiest way to get it is to just server hop. You can find it eventually by doing it that way. But essentially, the Uranium Fever event is really great, because there are 3 times that a terminated management personnel will show up. I love that. And you're supposed to eradicate them. So it's just a ton of mole miners. They drop great loot, especially shotgun shells. I love shotgun shells. I love that they drop shotgun shells because I use them all the time. And guys, and I'll give you a little tease. I got myself an amazing shotgun, and I'll be showcasing that in the next video. And I think you guys are gonna flip out when you see how much damage I've got this thing doing. I can one-shot everything basically, and 3-shot a level 80 Scorch Beast. Let's just put it that way, okay? So anyway, this place is awesome. You just gotta stop them from breaking the uranium processors, and then eventually you'll get 3 legendaries that will eventually spawn, and they have a chance of getting some good loot. And so what you want to do, obviously, since the patch, is try to find ways to maximize the potential for legendary loot drops, and this is one of the events that will allow you to do that very, very easily. They're pretty easy to find. The speaker overhead will say, hey, there's a management personnel, terminated management personnel that's here. You need to exterminate them. They're usually like glowing green. Sometimes they're not, though. I think they lose their green glow after they've they've healed themselves. So this one's a 3-star, and so that's ideally what you want. I think it goes down 3, 2, 1. I think maybe it's just random, but this is like one of the best places to go to, in my opinion. And like I said, there's 3 of those here. I will be curious to know too, if you guys want to comment below, what type of build are you running in game? What weapon do you like the most? Like, are you playing like a melee build, a rifle, shotgun, like an automatic weapon? What kind of build are you playing? What weapon type do you like? the most. I've seen some crazy builds, like people with over like 1,000k damage and stuff with like punching melee builds and stuff. It's crazy. Like you can get some really interesting builds in this game, and like some like super invisible sneak builds and stuff. I love it. And so I'd be curious to hear what your build type is, what you like playing the most. All right, so next up is my next favorite place that I just found. This is actually, I think, probably my second favorite place to go next to the golf course now. If you go to the Watauga High School, which is right by the station at the very bottom of the area, when you go into the building, you will get prompted with an event called Monster Mash. Now, I should say this. First off, you might not actually have that happen. Sometimes you go in here, and there'll be like super mutants or robots or stuff. You got to clear them out for whatever reason. And then when you go back, it'll actually work. Sometimes you also have to just switch servers. Now, the cool thing with this event is there will be legendary creatures in here that you can take out, first of all. And they will consistently come. But the cool thing is that this event gives you so much experience if you survive, because essentially what occurs is you are you're going and essentially finding this mask in the school, and the students are trying to beat you up, I guess, and the ghouls that will be in here are the students essentially. And then what happens is, for everyone you kill and the things that you collect, you can go around and you'll have the ability to collect candy. And these candies you can then trade in for a legendary item. Now, I'm pretty sure that you can trade it in for different things that you want, but the thing that you want to save up for, and I think it's like 5,000 candies, is a legendary weapon. And I think you get one legendary weapon every single... So it's like a guaranteed thing, but it takes a long freaking time. Now, this is a versus mode too, so you can have other people in here and play with other people. It's kind of a fun thing to do, and then also worry about the stuff. Also, another amazing thing to keep in mind is that this area is the #1 area to come for plastic. There are plastic plates and plates and spoons and all kinds of things littered about in the cafeteria and like some of the upper levels. They're all over the place. Also, the other school, like the school in Grafton, has like tons of basketball, so rubber. The schools are amazing places to go. So you come in and you find this mask, and then once you find the mask, which you already automatically wear, once you find the mask, you're essentially it, and your objective is to like basically stay alive. And so then once you have found that, you'll get like a little icon prompted at the bottom of your directional indicator of where to go, and then there will be like little pumpkin buckets, and those pumpkin buckets are filled with candy, and so those are what you want to collect. You want to collect the candy, and then you're gonna be able to turn that in eventually. It takes a long time to definitely do that, but here's the other really cool thing about and why this area why this is such an essential area to do grinding and stuff. You will have the ability to repeat this event. Like you say, okay, next round, essentially, like round over, next round, and you gotta go find the mask again and do it again. You can do that. I think it's generally 3 times. Sometimes I think you can do 4 times, but it will repeat back to back, and so you have the ability to keep killing these ghouls over and over and over again, and getting tons and tons of loot and experience. And then, like I said, sometimes they will be legendaries, and so you can get chance of legendary weaponry from them. And then if you want to just keep doing it, takes a long time though, like it's a pretty long event. And then if you want to just keep doing it, just server hop, and you can just do it over and over and over and over again. This is my new favorite place to go to, although it does get a little stale doing it over and over again. I don't know why the golf course doesn't, but this place does. And so that's I don't like it as much as the golf course because of that reason, but it is such a great place to come to get experience and to do like a pretty cool event and to have the chance of getting a lot of legendary weapons. It's not as controlled and easy, I think, as the golf course, because the golf course you're pretty much guaranteed one every single time. But it is a place that you can come and you can have a pretty good chance of getting some stuff. So that's it for all the areas that I have for this video. I wanted to share this video with you and just kind of compile everything. The next video, like I said, will feature this crazy gun that I have, guys. And then the one after that will feature the other crazy gun that I have. I don't even know, guys. Wait till you see him. I think you're gonna flip, and I'd be curious to hear. Do you guys have any crazy items? Really high damage stuff? I'd love to hear it. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like I said, if you guys are new to the channel. I really sincerely appreciate you checking out the video. Hope you enjoyed it. See you guys in the next one.